it mildly, as the kids were pointing out earlier today. Well, she loved tradition, but she loved the artistry of the tradition. She enjoyed the idea behind the tradition, but not so much the ceremony. So obvious. I have memories of Passovers where she would be the one sneaking the food to the kids. One memorable Passover, she found a Seder service that was acted out with using little puppets that included a sheep that said "Ba." I don't remember what it was about, but we had a sheep that said "Ba." She was often the most obstreperous of all the kids during the Seder, sneaking food, arguing every point. Obviously, we couldn't do a usual funeral for my mother. I don't have my mother's creativity, and I'm not very good at these things, so I'm going to have to rely on you all her friends and her family to come up and talk about her memory, perhaps sing a song, or play an instrument. She loved singing. I have memories of her sitting around singing folk songs with her friends. No family get-together at my parents' house would be complete with some kind of a performance by the grandchildren. My memories of the lively, vital woman that many of you knew and loved are overlaid by the cruelty of the slow deterioration of her mind that seemed to start with her adult onset hydroencephalitis, water on the brain. She got a shunt, but the process of dementia had started, and she seemed unable to fight it. Instead, she fought my father and us when we tried to help her. Pieces of her were leaving us, stroke by stroke, fall by fall. Dementia is a slow, cruel process. You mean even crueler. By the periodic flashes of the woman she used to be, the moments of joy and laughter. It was difficult to look at her feet in socks because she no longer walked and didn't need shoes, and remember how they used to carry her across the floor. I have memories of her demonstrating some dance move and realizing that she was a beautiful dancer. I actually never saw her perform, but I saw her teach classes and classes of children in dance. She never auditioned the kids. All she required was the desire to work hard. She was a phenomenal choreographer. By the end of every season, she would have the kids put on a professional level, fun-to-watch production. I used to watch and help her put together costumes and sets with tape and staples and glue. Her hands had always been busy with a sketch pen, a brush, or a pen, or holding a drum, beating out the rhythm for the dancers became still. Her fingernails that never grew were growing because she stopped doing the pottery that she loved. Dementia stole her art from her. It stole her spark. The one thing dementia did not steal from her was her heart. She seemed to recognize us, all of us, until the very, very end. Indeed, her heart beat for about 10 minutes after she stopped breathing. As her daughter, there's so much more I could say about her and my father. But this is a service for all of us, so Jay, would you like to take over?